Alright, hello, this is Nima Golbabai on KUCI 88.9 Irvine, and I'm back for my second show, but this is actually my first live show after our quarter-long break, and I have a guest here who is on our great... Is this a network? That's a radio show.
Like a station.
Station, yeah, that's what it is. So, introduce yourself.
Hey guys, I'm really groggy, so this is gonna get better as time progresses, but I'm Sarah. I have a show on Thursday nights from 10 to 12, 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. That's really all I have to say about me. You're gonna learn a lot about me through the show, so.
Did you say it's at 12 a.m.?
10 to 12, yeah.
Oh. Was it 12 a.m. last quarter?
It was,
Okay.
and then they gave me a better slot because they were like, you do such a good job, and we're so proud of you that we're going to give you prime time.
Yeah,
and
that's
like,
much better.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much.
Shout out to Olivia for giving me a show at 8 a.m.
We love you, Olivia.
I would have preferred like 10, but we'll enjoy it nonetheless.
That's so funny because I remember distinctly you being like, Olivia, let me annoy you so hard. Let me literally like make you so angry all the time. And she was like, Nima, you're on your last legs.
Let me
and
just
you were
tell
like,
you, it's not my fault people don't get jokes, you know. So what we met like a month or a month and a half ago when I was on my quest to get the 12 hours.
Oh, yes.
Of volunteering.
For 12 hours.
Yeah, and what were we doing at the time?
We were, like, sorting records, like, alphabet. Oh, no, what were we doing? We were logging records. We were making a digital log of all the records that are in the station, which was crazy.
Who was better at that?
You.
Okay.
Arguably. But that's because I wasn't, like, annoying Liv. I was keeping the peace and the harmony. I had a big job to do with that.
Yes, and you asked to be on this show, and I was like, yes, we'll do that. And I thought...
enthusiastically agreed. He did not say yes. He was like, yeah, that would be great. Like, it wasn't like, can I please come on the show? And he was like, sure.
No, I like having guests on my show. It's much better when you have a meeting of the minds.
Right.
But even when you have a fight, I think it's good. And
better.
Perhaps that will happen this time. And you mentioned something. You mentioned this concept that every movie I was suggesting to you, you're like, those are boy movies. And I was like, you know what? She's actually right about that. But we have some movies that I think overlap. And then we have some movies that we totally disagree on, such as Lost in Translation.
I hate Lost in Translation.
Talk about why you hate that movie.
Well, because I'm a big Sofia Coppola fan as a girl movie enjoyer. And I watched Lost in Translation and I was like, this is not for the girls. Like, I was like, why? It's just the most meandering movie I've ever watched in my life. It's like white people in Japan being like really confused and like sad about being in Japan. And I was like, this is not for me.
So I feel like that movie is the greatest movie to fall asleep to. And
Is that a compliment? Like,
yes.
when you really think about it?
I know it sounds like an insult, but the reason is I feel that you just like lose yourself in the world it created, which is like, as you said, kind of meandering, almost like a dream. Like you're just like going through this city with these two people that have really good chemistry with each other, played by Bill Murray and Scarlett Johansson. And I really enjoy it. I've seen it like 4 times.
Did you fall asleep 4 times to it?
Probably like once or twice.
Oh, okay.
But I did that on purpose because I had already seen it so many times. I was like, I want to try watching this really late at night when I'm really tired. I was actually in my dorm. It was like a few years ago, on my laptop, and it's really relaxing. I just like love the sounds and the look, the lights of Tokyo and everything. And then I also just think it's a really charming story, and I think the two characters are really likable.
See, I think the two characters are really unlikable. And I feel like maybe I would like Lost in Translation if it was like a 15-minute short film. I think that's where I would be like, this is the greatest thing ever. But how long is it? Like 2 hours?
1 hour 40.
That's too long. That's like an hour too long, I fear.
Nah, I thought like maybe it could be like 10 minutes too long, I would say.
Okay. Well, we're finding a middle ground. I think this is also my problem with Wes Anderson. Like when you rely too much on vibes and aesthetic, like
okay, that's true.
I'm lost. I'm lost in translation, you know. Like I'm bored.
Not like no insult to Wes Anderson, but he has one movie that sucks.
Oh, I wonder if we agree.
It's called I think it's like Darjeeling. Wait.
You think that's his one movie that sucks?
Wait, hold on. Darjeeling. Wes Anderson.
I think I know what you're talking. I can see the poster in my brain.
Yeah, the Darjeeling Limited. Have you seen that?
No.
It's so dumb.
Yeah.
That one, he's just like coasting on his style, and the story and the characters and the acting is like really lame, and it's like a 6, and his movies are usually at least like an 8.5, I would say.
That's way too high for me, guys. I sound like such a critic. You just wait until I start talking about movies I like.
Wait, which one do you hate?
Okay. Which one do I hate? I hate French Dispatch because I was so excited for it. I was so excited for it. I like brought my friend who doesn't really like movies like that. She just enjoys like a casual watch. I brought her with me. I was like, no, trust me. Timothée Chalamet and Saoirse Ronan are in it. Like it's gonna go so crazy. And I was in the theater. I was in this art house theater in my hometown, and I was watching it, and I just got more disappointed by the minute because I was like, what is this? You know, I was expecting a great from Wes Anderson. I was expecting Asteroid City. I was expecting Budapest. And then we got like a 3-part short film like mushed together, and Timothée Chalamet is like saving it, and it was crazy.
I don't even remember what the movie's really about. I just remember that I liked it though. I actually did it on my show, I'm pretty sure.
Really? But you don't remember what it's about?
No, I did it on my YouTube channel. That's what I did it on, because this was 2021. I didn't have my show. But I watched it here at UCI, and I think I watched it twice. I don't really remember it that much. I came in with the expectation that it wouldn't be as good as his other films, and I was right. But I don't think any universe this movie's worse than Darjeeling Limited, which is like the worst movie he's ever made.
I would probably agree. But I haven't even watched it.
You haven't seen Rushmore either.
I think I started Rushmore, and then I got really sick of it. The only Wes Anderson films that I've like been able to finish were like the Royal Tenenbaums, I think.
Oh, I like that one.
Moonrise Kingdom.
I like that one a lot. You don't like that one?
I wasn't a fan.
Oh my god.
Grand Budapest and Asteroid City.
Okay, but you like Grand Budapest.
I love Grand Budapest, and I love Asteroid City.
Well, Grand Budapest is definitely. I actually like Rushmore better, but Rushmore is his least Wes Anderson-y movie. It's not as stylized.
Well, maybe I would like it more then. I think Wes Anderson honestly is really pretentious, and then that's where like my disdain comes in.
There's part of it for sure.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I like him. I like Grand Budapest a lot, and that one he goes all out on his style, I thought.
I agree, but in a good way.
Yeah.
He's coming out with a new one, and it has Michael Cera. Or is it Michael Cera? Not Michael Cera. Who's the guy from The Social Network who plays Mark Zuckerberg?
Oh, Eisenberg.
Yes, he's in it, and I think that's kind of a match made in heaven. Like, I'm really excited for that.
So the new one is called The Phoenician Scheme.
Yes.
But it's not like, okay, good. It's not animated.
Okay,
like Asteroid City.
I loved that.
But I don't like animated films.
Well, how do you feel about Fantastic Mr. Fox?
I've never seen it.
Okay. You might like it. I enjoyed it. I don't love it.
It's not that every animated movie I watch I don't like. It's just I never will ever put an animated film in my top. You know?
Into the Spider-Verse could easily be in the
I've
top.
actually never seen it,
Are
but
you
I never saw it
serious?
because it's animated. If it was real, I would have watched it.
No way.
Yeah. Make real films.
Oh no, guys, I'm very pro animation. I love animation. This is
I
crazy.
feel a lot of people, our generation, are pro animation, and I'm here to say, you got to put a stopper on that.
You're just
Watch
a
real
contrarian,
films.
and you just hate joy and whimsy, I think.
Hey, no, I love Joy. Have you seen the movie Joy?
I have not.
Well, it's not very good.
Okay.
I'm gonna bring my computer over here so I don't have to keep leaning over.
Oh yeah, Nima's been doing a crazy lean to like look up movies, and it's been kind of enjoyable to watch because I'm just sitting here.
All right. So, did you look through my top 50 list?
I looked through your top 50 list many times, and I was like, there's maybe 5 movies on here that I've fully watched and have an opinion on.
Do you remember any of those?
It was like Fight Club.
Okay.
I forgot the rest.
Okay, talk about Fight Club. That's
I
a
love
boy
Fight
film.
Club. Okay,
So why do you like that? Are you a boy?
Well, one could argue, but I love Fight Club because I think inherently movies like Fight Club, Wolf of Wall Street, there's another one that I can't remember, but I really like it. I think they're inherently girl movies. Oh, American Psycho. Even though the boys like claimed it, I think it's
crazy.
Like inherently it's like, because it's making fun of boys. It's like the patriarchy is bad, and then the boys were like, no, this is great.
Well, I guess it is making fun of some type of men, a very small minority.
Right.
But,
I'm generalizing here.
I mean, it is true that like most serial killers like overwhelmingly are males.
This is true, yeah.
I was actually looking. This is such a weird sidetrack. You know who women serial killers kill?
Men.
Statistically,
Women.
they kill their children and their husbands a lot, and men tend to kill prostitutes.
Wow.
Mainly because it's harder to get caught.
I guess that's fair. I also feel like there's a lot of hatred towards prostitutes.
Part of it.
But yeah, I think it is harder to get caught. This reminds me of Maxine. How do we feel about Maxine?
Well, what's Maxine?
Have you watched the X trilogy?
The X trilogy?
It's like X, Pearl, and Maxine. And it's by some guy that I don't really love.
No, I've never seen this.
Oh my gosh. It's so fun.
It's too new.
No. Oh, that was another thing on your list. I was like, why are these movies from the 30s?
They're not from the 30s. They're from the 70s,
30s.
80s, 90s, early 2000s. But that's when like films were great.
I think films are great now.
No.
I think you just like to
They're
disagree. I think you just like to hate the culture.
I've seen like some good films that are new, but it's a rare experience. I mean, everything from the way they're shot,
Okay.
the direction,
Okay.
the actors aren't as good.
Whoa.
I mean, come on. If you watch like the great films that inhabit the lists of greatest films ever,
Mm-hmm.
what do you think the weighting is? Like the curve is not going in like 2020 where the peak is. It's like a way back.
Okay, this is true.
And I'm not saying I watch movies that are from the 30s. Like I have the same bias against really old films. Like I watch them, but obviously I'd prefer a film that's somewhat modern, like 70s and up,
Okay.
because I just feel like after, like the Hays Code.
Remind me.
The Hays Code was like the regulations on film where they like couldn't like swear.
Oh, this was when like Puritan.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. I remember this.
So I would say like movies after the Hays Code are really good. But even movies before the Hays Code can be really good. It's just the likelihood is less. And I feel movies like especially 2010, let's say,
Mm-hmm.
and on have a Hays Code, but for creativity.
Whoa. I
And it's
disagree.
true.
Have you watched Spring Breakers? Still one of the most refreshing movies ever.
I can guess how creative it is. I don't think it's that creative.
It's so it's
And
not what you think.
Take no better reason than, or no better indicator that they're not as creative, that they like remake movies, reboot movies.
Okay.
They just make sequels to movies, and the sequels are always worse. Look at the new Star Wars films. Look at the Indiana Jones reboot. Look at Disney as a whole thing.
Okay, Disney, we're not here to talk about Disney.
But everything.
Disney is excluded from this conversation. I don't think Disney's made a good movie since Frozen.
Look at the fact every Pirates of the Caribbean movie is worse than the first one.
Whoa.
It is.
Whoa.
It is. The first one was great, and then like the next two were like, or the one after was like good, and then they just keep getting worse and worse, and then the last one they made was an absolute stinker.
An absolute stinker.
It was.
How do we feel about Shrek 2? Arguably
Animated
the best movie.
film. Don't ask me.
Oh no. You haven't watched Shrek 2? Why am I even here?
Okay, I'll say this. Animated movies have much higher creativity and quality for new ones than like real movies.
Well, yes.
And
that's part of the joy of an animated film.
And like Pixar, it's not a Pixar film, right? Shrek.
No, it's
but
DreamWorks.
I know Pixar in general has like kept their heart when everyone else has lost it.
Well, I would argue that they're losing it.
I know they are, but they're not gone.
Not yet.
And Shrek 2 was 20 years ago. I mean, that's a
so
long time
holds
ago.
Up. It really holds up. It's within your threshold. You got to watch it.
No, I fully agree, but I'm saying like the fact that Shrek 2 was your example is proving my point again.
As a sequel, that's like the greatest sequel ever. It outdoes the original.
Better than Godfather 2, better than Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Shrek 2.
Shrek 2, and you can't even argue because you haven't seen it.
Well, as this show is my swamp, we are going to say no to that.
What? I'm like, this is a dictatorship.
Indeed.
Boo.
You don't have any other films you saw on my list?
Okay, let me
Well, Silence of the Lambs.
Okay, so here's my thing.
Yeah, get my list up.
Get my list up.
I actually added a film to it.
Oh, when was this?
2 days ago.
Okay.
I re-added it. It had fallen off, but I realized that was only due to it was due to recency bias.
Oh.
Like
what did it replace? Like, what was the recency?
I have a lot of films.
Oh wow, okay.
So it was high up, and then I just put it down into my generic great films list.
Oh, okay.
But it's Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2.
I think I saw that on the list. Or is it? I saw a different Harry Potter on the list.
Have you seen Harry Potter?
I have, but I watched it when I was like little for entertainment and not for film value.
I really enjoyed it.
Should I rewatch it?
Huh?
Should I rewatch it?
Rewatch the whole series, yeah. But I think the last one is like a genuine, really great film.
Okay, maybe I'll just do the last one.
And because so much of it relies on like the redemption arcs of mainly Snape, but just the whole story builds up. I really enjoyed it.
Okay.
And there's a few movies I would consider great. See, I'm not a pretentious film guy. Most film snobs won't like go to franchise films ever. Like they won't go to superhero films, especially mainly. Yeah. But I'm willing to give a high rating to any film that I enjoy. That's the type of authenticity you will have at 8 a.m. on Tuesdays.
Yeah, that's the most, I think, open and accepting of anything you've been so far.
Well, when you're getting paid $1 million an episode, I mean, come on.
Yeah. Okay, Pulp Fiction.
Okay.
You rated this at 9.
Huh?
You rated, or it's at number 9 on your list. I don't know how IMDb works. I'm a Letterboxd girl myself.
Yeah.
But number 9 is very high for Pulp Fiction.
It's. I could argue it's low. I could say it's like, you would have no problem ranking Pulp Fiction as your number 1 film. I wouldn't bat an eye at that.
I would have a big problem.
What's your number 1? Shrek?
No. Okay. Well, my number 1 would probably be, this is going to be so hypocritical, but probably Death Proof.
Okay, so you can't say anything there.
Well, I can, and I will, because I would love Pulp Fiction if it was directed by anyone else.
Oh, yeah, that's right. She doesn't like Quentin Tarantino.
I have a personal vendetta against Quentin Tarantino.
But he's cool.
I would argue he's the least cool person ever.
He's awesome.
Again, lame. Like, and have you seen his house? Sorry, sidebar. Have you seen Quentin Tarantino's house? I'm like, you're doing way too much for this like guy who's really like, I love to make a indie passing film.
What do you mean?
I
Like, is
don't
it
know,
a
like,
big house?
it's a big house. Like, it could be
Oh,
a French
yeah,
villa.
I like that.
I'm sure you do. It's
Why
like
don't
on
you like
Mulholland
big
Drive.
houses? Oh,
It's too much.
I think you could go bigger with the house. I think it's too small.
I think you and Quentin Tarantino would be great friends.
See, if I was Quentin Tarantino, it would be bigger, better.
No. Like, Quentin Tarantino, there are a few things I like about Quentin Tarantino.
I like his house.
I'm sure that you do. I completely forgot what I was going to say.
Yeah, I'm bamboozling
Oh, I like
you.
that he, like, bought out theaters in LA.
Oh, yeah, that is cool. But my God, that bathroom. It's like, it's
hate
bigger
him.
than most people's houses.
Like, that's horrible.
Awesome.
I hate him.
We support that.
Him and
100%.
Sean Baker genuinely are like,
Who dat?
he made Anora, Tangerine,
Oh,
Florida
yeah.
Project.
Boo.
Well, okay, I liked Florida Project. I liked Tangerine. I just think he's really pretentious. And
Of course
like,
he is. All
horrible.
modern films that are like Oscar winning are all pretentious.
I don't think Barbie's pretentious.
Oh, they got an Oscar?
Yes, they did.
For what? Like makeup?
I don't
That's so
remember.
sexist.
Yeah, oh, yeah. You clocked that before I did.
But, you know, what else would it
I think Barbie was great.
It's definitely not a best picture, but all the films now that get best picture, nobody's seen, nobody cares, and they're all pretentious. And you know this is true. The last one that was like kind of popular was Parasite.
Yeah.
And that one was not in English. So many people had not seen it.
No, yeah, people really hadn't seen it. But Parasite was great.
Yeah, I like it.
Loved
It's a
Parasite.
very good film, for sure. But they're not giving it to Silence of the Lambs anymore because they don't exist. Those films are dead. They don't make those films anymore.
Yeah.
They don't have... All the great directors are all past their prime now, and the new ones are
This
not.
is okay. Whoa. Okay,
it's true.
whoa. Greta Gerwig.
I mean, she's not
love
one of the
Greta
great
Gerwig. I think
directors. She's a
one of
very
the
good
great
director.
directors.
She made Lady Bird, right?
She made Lady Bird.
Yeah, I saw that. I thought it was a very good film, and I credit her, but she's no Stanley Kubrick. She's no Martin Scorsese.
See, like, I don't even care about Stanley Kubrick. And, like, Martin
She's-
Scorsese, like, the only Martin Scorsese film I really like is Wolf of Wall Street. But, like,
That's
there's no
not
Greta
even-
Gerwig film that I don't like.
She's sorry. She's no Quentin Tarantino.
Thank God for that.
She's no Christopher Nolan. She's not in the top. She's a great director, but she's not a great director.
I think she's a great
I
director.
mean, she's very good,
still,
but she's not
still
great.
starting out. Like, she made, like,
Yeah.
what, like 3 or 4 movies?
But when they get too old, these directors, they fall off. Look at
Like
Steven
Quentin
Spielberg.
Tarantino.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I mean, no one's arguing that his new movies are as good as his old ones. He's still great. He still makes great films, but he's not at the top of his game.
People think Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, though, is, like, his magnum opus.
Okay, fair play. I haven't seen it. So I can't really say if that film was up to par, but I have a hard time believing it's as good as Pulp Fiction.
I think it's better.
Oh. Okay. Wait. I was going to say one thing. Oh, the only guy that never got old was Kubrick, because I thought Eyes Wide Shut was amazing. And it had, on a directorial front, it was as good, if not better, as things he'd made in the past. But, I mean, you can certainly make the argument that, like, the acting in that film isn't as good as his other ones, but as a film, as a director, he was at the top of his game, you know, a
With
few
Eyes Wide
months before he
Shut?
died. Yeah. You're scared of that film?
Oh yes. I can't do really intense movies because I'm a fainter. But I think Eyes Wide Shut, I was so, like, I'm going to use meandering again. Like, this is the most meandering film I've ever watched.
But don't you think that's part of it? Have you seen a David Lynch movie,
I
for instance?
love David Lynch.
If you love David Lynch, how could you criticize Eyes Wide Shut? His movies are all pointless.
Whoa!
In a good way, though. They're pointless, but you're supposed to feel it.
Have you-
No David Lynch movie, you go through the plot and, like, analyze, you know, oh, they went to this store and went got this objective and that's how they got the plot. No, the plot is not important in David Lynch. It's a feeling. And likewise, Eyes Wide Shut is literally based on a book called Dream Story. It's a dream movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's slightly surreal, and you're supposed to get a feeling from it, and it's very like intoxicating, especially the scene at the house.
I feel like we can't talk about Eyes Wide Shut without addressing the conspiracy theory about Eyes Wide Shut,
Yeah,
which
like
I think
the
is
murder.
crazy. Yeah, like they killed him. I'm like, this is a conspiracy that they like
It's
killed him
possible.
because he was like trying to like expose
And
the
that
deep
makes
dark
it better.
secrets of Hollywood, which is the only reason I watched it really. And then I was like, what deep dark secrets? But I guess they did. Wasn't it like originally gonna be 4 hours, and then they cut it down and edited in like.
I'm actually not sure if that's accurate. That could be a lie, but they definitely did edit some. One thing they really messed up on, and as beautiful as the direction is, when you've watched it as much as I have, the scene at the house, there's like, they've put in some characters to obscure some of the scenes
Mm-hmm.
with CGI.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Wait,
and
I did not know that.
it's early CGI, so it doesn't ruin his work, but Stanley Kubrick would have never allowed that.
Yeah, I was gonna say like that's very like that's not the integrity.
And beyond that, it's just a flaw, and all his movies are essentially flawless.
I'm like, and what else has he made?
I mean,
Have
The
you
Shining,
seen-
Clockwork Orange, Barry
Oh,
Lyndon,
okay, yeah.
2001: A Space Odyssey. Have you seen that?
No,
You would probably hate it
I would hate it. I know that, and that's why I haven't watched it.
because it's a movie that you feel.
I love a movie I can feel. I hate
Mhm.
when a movie is like, ooh, feel something.
It's not
like,
ooh, feel something.
like
It's
just
not.
make me feel the thing.
The
with
great
the
thing
movie.
about Kubrick movies is they don't push a message on you. You're allowed to like think for yourself and decide. Like, look, you talked about the conspiracy theory. You
Yeah.
could say it's about like the secrets of the elite or
Mhm.
whatever, or you could also say it's a movie about like a husband and wife and their marriage deteriorating and like the different desires of men and women and like the anxieties a man has about his wife.
I think that's great. I would love if it was just a little bit structured, just like a little bit, like if it had like a spine.
It does.
I
It's-
didn't feel like it.
It's
did.
just not. I mean, compared to a David Lynch movie, it's like
I'm like, have you watched
a
Wild at
German
Heart?
military school in
That's
terms of structure.
crazy.
Wait, what?
Have you watched Wild at Heart by
No.
David Lynch? There's a lot of structure
Wild
there.
at Heart.
Basically, it's about these two it's like about these two young adults and like what's his name? The guy from Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Nicolas Cage.
Nick Cage. He's like crazy and he goes to jail for this girl and then they run away together and it's like Wizard of Oz but it's David Lynch Wizard of Oz and it's perfect.
The only David Lynch movie I saw that wasn't a David Lynch movie was Straight Story.
Oh, I haven't watched that.
It's actually a great film. It's quite slow, but
Okay.
it's very sweet.
Yeah, I don't mind a
and-
slow
and
film
sad.
as long as it's good.
It's about basically like a man. It's very simple. It's about a man that goes on a journey on like his, I think it's like a cart. Maybe it's pulled by a horse, I don't know. In like rural America, and he like goes to see his brother who's dying from cancer that he hasn't seen in like decades.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like about that journey, and it's a very sweet and sad film.
Okay. That's a great synopsis.
Yeah, and I haven't seen it in a while, so I'm probably missing parts.
I feel like we have very different
Totally.
yeah. Very different like movies that we gravitate towards cuz I gravitate towards like an absurdist kind of like flashy kind of movie.
So you know Star Wars, right?
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, so this is like I'm the light side, you're the dark side.
Okay. I'm the dark side cuz I like Barbie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, what do you think about Star Wars?
I think it's good. I think I was too young to watch Star Wars when I watched it.
It's
So I
a
don't
rookie
think I-
mistake. I've seen
A
it like
rookie
7
mistake.
times each one.
Well, nobody liked my pun.
It's funny.
7 times or Star Wars is kind of crazy. Like one Star Wars movie 7 times or like the whole franchise 7 times?
Oh, well, forget the 1 through 6.
Okay.
I mean, that's the real Star Wars,
What do you
of course.
think the like best way to watch Star Wars is? Like, to start with the prequels or no?
I like watching it 1 through 6. Like,
so don't start
first
with
with
the
the
prequels.
first.
Okay.
No, start with the
Oh,
prequels.
okay.
Number 1 is the prequels.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought number 1 would be the first one that came out.
No, the first one that came out is number 4.
See where my confusion is. Yeah.
Yeah. I've also seen number 3 perhaps like 30 times.
Oh, wow.
That and The Dark Knight I've watched an unholy amount of times.
I did enjoy The Dark Knight. I didn't get the hype, but I was like, this is a good movie.
Oh my god. You're pushing me here.
I'm sorry. I'm like, we can talk about my movies. Like,
Yeah, okay. Recommend me.
I enjoy like, again, like an absurdist comedy.
Okay, tell me about this film because it's on my list because of Lost in Translation, The Virgin Suicides.
Okay, I love the Virgin Suicides. This is another, it's not absurdist, but it is kind of like, you got it.
Yeah.
Nima just dropped his water bottle. Everyone had to know that. Okay, Virgin Suicides, it's basically about these sisters who have like a really controlling family, like, well, actually just a really controlling mother, and then the dad doesn't really do anything about it. So they're like stuck in this house, and they really hate it, and they're really miserable, but they find solace like in each other. But soon enough, the like little sister, the littlest one, tries to kill herself, and then the whole family is in disarray. And then she really does kill herself after like she attempts. And then basically like one by one the sisters are like, I can't do this anymore, but it's great. And you can kind of see like the different sides of like suffering and girlhood.
Okay. Give me like 1 minute to use the bathroom.
Okay.
You just talk for a little bit.
Oh my gosh, guys, this is kind of scary, but I'm also really excited. How is everyone? Is everyone driving? How's traffic? I bet it's pretty bad. Okay, I'm going to talk about movies I like while Nemo isn't here to disagree, because I think that's really where the point of contention is. Like, I'll bring up a movie and he'll be like, I haven't seen it, or I didn't like it because modern things are stupid. I'm like, actually, let me just like talk bad about Nemo while he's not here. Okay, movies that I really love. Okay, this is an indie one. This one is like so indie, it's crazy, but it's called Rats with an exclamation point at the end. It is the most absurdist, like, that was a really fast bathroom break.
I didn't use the bathroom, I just had to clear my throat. Oh no!
Nemo dropped his water again. Okay, well, I'm talking about Rats.
Okay, I gotta get a paper towel.
Okay, it's this absurdist film. It's very indie. It's very low budget. It's by Carl Fry and Maxwell Wait, Nima, can you pronounce this? I'll ask him when he's here. It's basically this like really, really like dark, well, it's not a dark comedy, but it's a black comedy where like this guy is like being stalked by this crazy police officer who's like really insane, and there's like, she has a conspiracy theory that he is part of ISIS, and she sends like this kid to go spy on him in his house, and then like the FBI is there. I'm really bad at giving synopsises, guys. I'm so sorry. Like, this isn't my forte.
Speaking of ISIS, are
No.
you pro or against
What?
ISIS?
No comment.
Wow.
Yeah.
You can't say if you're pro or against.
I think not.
So she's against ISIS.
I'm against hate, and I'm for world peace.
She's against ISIS. That's what I'll summarize what she said to help her out there.
But guys, watch Rats. It's a really great little film.
I had a question about this Virgin Suicides.
Oh yes, we're back to this. Oh wait, can you pronounce this director's name? The second one.
Wait, hold on. Sorry.
No, take it.
Yeah, it's Maxwell
Novolensky. I can't pronounce anything.
Anyway, so would you say, I know you don't like Lost in Translation, but is the actual direction of the film in Lost in Translation better or worse than Virgin Suicides?
I think the Virgin Suicides is better because there's a lot more to work with.
Okay. That was so biased. You brought your bias into it. You said there's a lot more.
There's a lot more to
work
work with. Oh my gosh. Oh, I thought we were getting a call. Are we getting a call?
No, I think this just happens sometimes.
I think you're getting a call.
No, I don't think so.
Nima's getting a call. I'll talk.
How do I do this?
Oh, you've never answered the phone before?
No.
Okay, wait, you talk. I'll answer the phone.
Okay.
Hello? Hey.
Oh, wow. So, I guess we are getting a call.
What is your opinion on the Babadook and the Human Centipede 1 through 5? You got it.
The Human Centipede, I've been really tempted to watch that, frankly. I've never did. I don't know what the Babadook is, but the Human Centipede, I've never seen it, but I'm intrigued. And I am totally exhilarated by the fact that they made that film. I've seen the South Park joke about it. That's all I can say.
What's the South Park joke about it?
They recreate it. Do you even know what it is?
South Park?
No, Human Centipede.
Yes, I know what the Human Centipede is. I do enjoy a exercise in creativity like the Human Centipede.
Okay, so
Okay.
that flashing light is you're getting a call.
Yeah, you're getting a call.
So that's happened to me before, and I didn't know. So I just.
You have fans that want to know your opinion.
How do you answer it? What do you press?
I'm like, do I tell the people?
Which button do you press?
Okay, press A and then 1 as you answer the phone.
Everything
and if you want to
so
put them on air, like
complicated
it's a
here.
whole thing with this. But
Yeah,
I wouldn't
forget that.
recommend that. Yeah.
Yeah, forget that. This show's about me anyway.
Oh right.
Yeah.
What about Babadook? Did you answer?
What is that?
That's it's like a movie about this like figure. Everyone loves it. It was like big on Tumblr circa 2016, I think.
Oh, you're a tumble lady?
I was. I feel like that explains a lot.
You know what? That's the best thing you've said so far.
Whoa.
I'm just kidding. Okay. Okay, well, let's get back to this question. Like,
okay, yeah.
what defines a girl movie and boy movie without mentioning the word patriarchy?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
No politics.
Okay, fine. I can do it. I think a girl movie is about a female struggle. Or like a... I'm like, I wish you gave me this in advance so I could have prepped an answer. I'm just going to be stuttering on mic. Like a girl struggle or like a problem that exists within the female perspective and experience. And I think a boy movie is about that, but with boys. But I think inherently that when it does that too well, it becomes a girl movie.
Do you think boy movies are just inherently cooler than girl movies?
No, not at all.
I think you may believe that.
I don't think so. Well, okay, a boy movie I think of is Taxi Driver. I think that is a boy movie. I don't think that could ever be a girl movie the way that The Wolf of Wall Street could be a girl movie.
Come on.
It can.
That's
and
not
it
a girl movie.
It is. Because it's
those are
criticizing
male
the
struggles.
Patriarchy. Okay,
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. It's making
No,
fun
it's
of
not.
boys. It's making fun of the way that
It's
boys
not making fun of them. It's acknowledging that these are male like goals.
And it's criticizing that and making fun of it. He's so mad. He's pouting right now.
I don't know. I don't know if it. Hold on. I mean, making fun of it would imply it's like a comedy. Kinda.
It is. Fight Club is a comedy. American Psycho is a comedy. Maybe not in the inherent sense.
Okay, you know what?
Of it.
Actually, you're wrong because
Whoa!
It's not even like making fun of it. It's more like glorifying it.
No, it's not. And
It
the fact that
is.
you think it's glorifying
Like,
it is why you don't
would you say
understand the
Pulp
movie.
Fiction? I've actually, no. Well, would you like say Pulp Fiction is making fun of men, male?
No, because I don't think Quentin Tarantino has the capacity to do that. Do you know
Okay,
what
how
I'm
about
saying?
like Casino or Goodfellas? I mean, that's Martin Scorsese.
I don't think Scorsese went in with the intention of doing that like he did with Wolf of Wall Street.
Do you think when people watch Wolf of Wall Street, they think that the main character is a goofball, though? They're like, wow, I want to be him.
I think
even though it's morally wrong.
When I watched The Wolf of Wall Street, I was like, this is the greatest critique of capitalism and the patriarchy I've ever seen. And then I
said, don't mention it.
Well, I don't think it's avoidable.
It is.
I don't think so. And the fact that you don't want me to talk about the patriarchy is so crazy. He's like, Sarah,
it's
like,
because
talk
you should
about
be able to talk about it without like a political stance.
But patriarchy isn't political. It's just something that exists.
Of course it is.
Well, everything's political, but it is something
way.
that exists and something that structures our experiences.
So why is it making fun of men?
Because it's like, look at this idiot. Look at all the stupid stuff that he does, and look at how wealth like makes him act, and like his struggle is like, I really want go.
No, go.
No, go.
Go. No, finish.
Okay. No, you go.
Okay. But at the same time,
like, didn't even let me finish.
Oh, you told me not to let you finish.
Like, I'm gonna interrupt you before you've even made your point.
At the same time, I would say the girls in that film and in real life would not, in a real scenario, think he's an idiot if he was successful.
Hard disagree.
If he was successful.
Hard disagree. Do you think women think of successful men as like more than?
Of course, everybody does.
I don't.
Including men.
I don't. And that's the thing about men, and that's why they love The Wolf of Wall Street so much, is because you guys have this like void to fill, and you're like,
we all have a void to fill.
If I was rich and on Quaaludes, my life would be amazing. And it's like you didn't even watch the film. It's a critique. I'm
sure there are things to critique about chasing money or power, but it's also like it inherently comes with respect.
Who respects Jordan Belfort in that movie?
Not anymore, because he's a loser. He lost.
He always was a loser, is the thing.
No, yes. He wasn't always a loser. He was only a loser when he fell from power.
No, even when he was at full power, he was, like, hiring prostitutes and, like, doing weird stuff. Like, the driving on Quaaludes, you think that is aspirational? Like, that scene where he's just, like, so embarrassing. Like, that is the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, so what's another movie you feel is making fun of men?
American Psycho.
But that's making fun of serial killers.
No, it's not. It's making fun of men. The director is a woman, and she... Part of it
would be making fun of men, but...
It's a critique on the, like, young Wall Street culture and like how stupid they all are. Like, remember the scene
cards
where he gets really upset about the cards. It's like that, I think.
But you don't think that
the point of the film.
But also you don't think that could be applied to women? You don't think women can be overly vain?
I mean, I think they can be, but I don't think that's like the point of it. I think the point of that scene is to like show how materialistic the people are, the men on Wall Street, because it's really only men on Wall Street.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, shout out Men on Wall Street. But also the main point of the film is not about
Notice
business
how the
card.
mic like doesn't want you to speak into it.
These mics are terrible, right. And
my mic is
when
great.
I buy this with my Wall Street profits, it's all gonna be fixed. Don't worry.
Okay.
And they're gonna make a movie about me. For sure. It's going to be called The Wolf of KUCI. Okay. No, it's not going to be.
Liv is going to be like... Liv is going to direct it, and she's going to be be so mean to you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm just my luck. Anyway, so you think that... you think that American Psycho is more characterized by a critique of patriarchy than being a movie about a serial killer?
Yes, I think that is the intention.
No, this is the problem with like film studies. They try to insert their personal politics into like everything.
I don't think so. I think that's good art.
No.
Whoa.
No, not everything has to be like spun in a political way. And I'm a political science major. I can do it better than anybody in the entire world. It's certainly in this school, I could do it better than anybody. But also, I took some film classes where they take innocuous or sweet or enjoyable films and overanalyze it and put their own messages into it to the point where it's not even a film anymore. It's more just like a vessel for angst of whoever is like trying to like hijack it for their own political purposes.
I wonder what you mean when you say political, because I don't
Politics.
know. I don't know that having a message about society is inherently political.
Of course it is. But I also think that like there are political films and there are like political subtext. Like for instance, Star Wars has political subtext, but anybody that like more so like the originals. You don't know Star Wars that much, I don't think.
No, yeah, I have a very base level
But
knowledge.
like especially the originals, which are like much more subtext. Anyone that like takes the actual message and like tries to like make it all political is like missing the point of the film, I feel, because it's about like even the prequels, they're about like common human themes and like mythological themes that like unite everybody. And yeah, there's like political subtext and there's things you can like draw, but I don't think it's fair to say that's what defines the film. And I took one film class, I can't remember the name of the professor, that she straight up brought a political filmmaker. I'm not going to say which side of the aisle he was on, but it was literally a propaganda film. And the film had nothing, the class had nothing to do with politics. She brought a certain filmmaker that was literally making like political propaganda films and brought him in and said like, this is the message, and like no one was allowed to contradict it. And that was it. And I was like,
she said no one is allowed to contradict it.
In reality, no one did except someone in this room. But
okay,
the teacher and the filmmaker just were fighting with me the whole time. I was like, why are you bringing this in? This class is not political. And the whole class was quiet. No one had the guts to speak. And I was just like, wow, this is weird. But this perfectly encapsulates what's wrong with like film nerds in the modern day. Not like casual film nerds, but like I'm saying like intellectuals, more like film intellectuals.
I think this is so interesting for me to hear about because I've never heard the take that art shouldn't be political.
I didn't say it shouldn't be.
Well,
I said that
kind of
don't put it in where it's not called for.
I think that's the purpose of art, is like being able to extract different meanings of it.
Yeah,
you're like, no.
Different,
like, I
different
am the
meanings.
art dictator.
Not
I decide what art is.
No, different meanings for sure, but not only one meaning.
I think, but a political meaning is like a big meaning.
Like, for instance, Stanley Kubrick. A lot of people think it's, quote, right-wing art, which is, like, so dumb. Like,
I think that's an argument that could be made.
But it's a bad argument.
I don't think arguments can be inherently good.
It's only right-wing art if, like, you say in contrast to, like, what? I don't know. Like, some movies that come out today that are objectively on one side of the opposite side of the political spectrum, but when they were made, they're not meant to be political. First of all, they're meant to, like, be about human themes. Once again.
Politics is a human theme.
Okay, Stanley Kubrick movies, those are boy movies. Those are a lot about, like, male problems.
Okay, but it's the way that the males interact with their problems is what I think makes a girl movie and a boy movie.
So, wait, explain that, and that's probably, like, where we're going to end it.
Oh my god, are we done? Oh, wow, guys, the hour passed so quickly. Me and Nima disagreeing.
Explain, like, wait, what'd you say again?
I think it's the way that they handle their problems that makes a girl movie and a boy movie. I think of, like, Black Swan. Black Swan versus Whiplash, okay? Black Swan, she has this, like, mental breakdown through her obsession, and it, like, in the end, it kills her. But with Whiplash, she just tries really hard, and he does it, and, like, it's great. You know, like, he just, like, practices really, really hard, and then he defeats the bald guy at the end.
That's awesome.
And it's like, okay, this is a boy movie.
Awesome.
Because your void is filled with, like,
hard work.
grit and hard
That's
work.
good.
That is so, like...
Good.
shallow.
But
I love Whiplash. I think
it's
Whiplash
not
is a
shallow.
great movie.
That's reality.
I think okay, but you're take these two films that have the same purpose of like art obsession and like hard work and wanting to be the greatest, right? The way that they interact with those problems, the two movies, the way that they interact with those problems are so different. And I think Black Swan is a lot more complex in the way that she internalizes and deals with or doesn't deal with her go. You want to
No,
talk so
don't
bad.
finish. No. Why you never finish?
Because you have this face where you're like, I'm about to speak, and then I get
I
anxious.
actually
I'm
agree
like,
with you.
oh wait, oh my gosh, guys.
I agree with you that yeah, they do like a lot of movies have like female characters that deal with something one way and male that deals with it another. My difference is I don't think that's bad. Like one side's bad, one side's good. I think it's both like good, but I also say that a lot of female characters deal with it like the men, like in Kill Bill. Hard work and grit.
By
Quentin Tarantino.
And we already know
Clarice,
how I feel about him.
Clarice from Silence of the Lambs. She has she's obviously a female character and has a lot of like female characteristics, but she also does overcome with like she's a detective. And she does have like the character of Hannibal Lecter, who like is the mentor figure.
I think the way you're gonna hate this because it's political. You think it's political. I think the way that women deal with problems in movies is taken differently because of the way that our society is structured.
Yeah, I would say that
So
that
I think
could
the
happen.
meaning is extracted differently.
All right, guys. So I would like to go on, but unfortunately, we have someone waiting in the wings here. And it's been a great show. I enjoyed this. So sign out for us.
Okay, guys, I had so much fun. I hope you liked me, and if you didn't, I understand why.
No.
And thank you to our caller.
They probably liked you more because that's just
I'm
how
like
it is.
I'm full of joy and happiness, and, and you just hate everything.
No, I love everything.
I'm sure you do.
That's it's been Nima Goldbein, KUCI 88.9 Irvine. I'm with you to the end of the line.